Get ready for the news that is changing how we look at life in space. We start with NASA's Odyssey investigation, where researchers are diving deep into the bizarre world of microgravity. They are meticulously studying two different bacterial species to see exactly how the environment of spaceflight impacts their growth, their ability to form biofilms, and even their capacity to share genetic material. This research is crucial because the findings could totally revolutionize how we approach developing future space missions, and, surprisingly, help us figure out innovative ways to control infections right here on Earth.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we travel to a planet that is the definition of hostile. We're talking about Venus, the hottest planet in our solar system, a world defined by crushing atmospheric pressure and surface temperatures hot enough to melt lead. But hold on, there's a shocking twist in this story. A team of space archaeologists has analyzed data from 15 missions that visited Venus between 1965 and 1985, and they suspect that at least 7 spacecraft may still be surviving out there, relics of space heritage we never thought possible. Now, let's shift our focus from the harshness of other worlds to the wealth right here on Earth. The U.S. Geological Survey and NASA have teamed up for a massive effort to map critical minerals across the American West. NASA's II high-altitude research aircraft is currently flying a hyperspectral survey, taking pictures from 12 miles up to create a digital portrait of mineral wealth under the western states, showing exactly where the resources needed for our economy and national security are hiding. And finally, we zoom out to the grandeur of the cosmos with breathtaking visuals. NASA's Webb Space Telescope has delivered an absolutely stunning new picture of Messier 77, a barred spiral galaxy 45 million light-years away. This image captures the brilliant heart of the galaxy, powered by a supermassive black hole 8 million times the mass of our Sun, showcasing incredible details in the mid-infrared spectrum. Don't miss the rest of this incredible story. Stay with us. NASA is launching the Odyssey investigation to analyze the behavior of bacteria in microgravity, a critical step in preparing for future space missions and potentially revolutionizing medical infection control on Earth. The research team will focus on 2 specific bacterial species to determine how the unique environment of spaceflight impacts their growth rates, their capacity to form biofilms, and their ability to exchange genetic material. The core of the Odyssey project involves running identical experiments both aboard the International Space Station and within microgravity simulators on Earth. This comparative approach is essential for scientists to validate whether ground-based simulators accurately replicate the conditions experienced in space, ensuring reliability for future space exploration. Beyond space applications, the findings hold significant potential for terrestrial health. Understanding how microorganisms behave in altered gravity could inform innovative strategies to curb the spread of infections within hospital settings on Earth. This work underscores the vital role of NASA's Biological and Physical Sciences Division. By studying biological and physical phenomena under extreme conditions, researchers are advancing fundamental scientific knowledge necessary for extended stays in space, while simultaneously yielding benefits for life here on Earth. A new study suggests that at least 7 spacecraft probes sent to Venus between 1965 and 1985 may still exist on the planet's surface, defying the expectation that the harsh environment would destroy all material. Venus, known as Earth's evil twin due to its extreme heat, crushing atmospheric pressure, and toxic atmosphere, has long been presumed to be entirely inhospitable to spacecraft. However, researchers analyzing data from 15 missions indicate that the planet's slow geological processes and climatic stability offer a surprising potential for the long-term preservation of space artifacts. The findings, published in Geoarchaeology, lead the team to hypothesize that at least 7 probes survived the Venusian environment and remain as relics of space heritage. To test this hypothesis, researchers recreated the extreme Venusian conditions at NASA's Glenn Extreme Environments Rig, GER, lab. A case study focused on the Pioneer Venus Day probe, launched in 1978, which transmitted data for 67 minutes and 37 seconds before failing. Simulations within the GER lab indicated that the probe's construction materials offered surprising resilience. Specifically, the titanium used for the main structure and beryllium shelves demonstrated excellent resistance to the surface conditions, suggesting the probe would have largely retained its shape. While the probe's O-rings and gaskets were expected to fail due to prolonged exposure, the study noted that the impact and the corrosive sulfuric acid clouds would have deformed the spacecraft during its descent, but not completely destroyed it. Researchers remain hopeful that future spacecraft with advanced imaging capabilities could capture the deformed probe at its landing site. This discovery is significant not only for space exploration history, but also for informing future missions to other challenging worlds. With several missions planned for Venus in the coming years, including NASA's DAVINCI and VERITAS, the potential to find preserved evidence on the surface adds a new dimension to the ongoing exploration of this hellish planet. The U.S. Geological Survey and NASA have launched a massive, joint effort to map critical minerals across the western United States using a world-leading airborne hyperspectral survey. The initiative, part of the Earth MRI and Geological Earth Mapping Experiment, GEMX, is utilizing NASA's ER-2 high-altitude research aircraft, which recently touched down in Colorado Springs on May 11, 2026, following a flight that began on April 1. Flights are scheduled to continue until May 20, weather permitting. The goal of this extensive mapping effort is to create a detailed digital portrait of mineral wealth and geology across the region, providing crucial data to inform national economic strategy and security. Assistant Secretary of the Interior for Water and Science Andrea Travnicek stated that the survey, which has already covered approximately 400,000 square miles, offers a brilliant new picture of the mineral wealth under the western states. USGS Director Ned Mamula emphasized the long-term significance of the project, noting that this hyperspectral survey is a modern evolution of the USGS's mineral resource mapping mission dating back to 1879. The Earth MRI initiative, directed by the Energy Act of 2020, focuses on identifying 50 critical minerals vital to the U.S. economy and national security, whose supply chains are vulnerable to disruption. The mapping process integrates geophysical, geochemical, geologic, and hyperspectral data to pinpoint these resources. NASA's ER-2 aircraft captures spectral fingerprints by measuring dozens to hundreds of light wavelengths, including ultraviolet and thermal infrared, reflected off the Earth's surface. Scientists analyze these readings to identify specific minerals. The aircraft itself is constructed from materials like aluminum, nickel, and titanium, which are listed on the USGS 2025 Critical Minerals list. The partnership between USGS and NASA has yielded significant terrestrial benefits, including data that aids in understanding water availability and geological hazards like landslides. The process concludes with ground truthing, where field measurements using backpack-mounted spectrometers refine the airborne data, as demonstrated by recent investigations into potential porphyry copper deposits in Colorado. The collaboration is expanding, with the organizations planning further airborne imaging from California to the Rocky Mountain Front Range, and partnering with academic and commercial groups on targeted surveys of legacy mine sites. Colorado Geological Survey Director Matt Morgan highlighted the region's ideal conditions for this advanced remote sensing work, stressing that the data will enhance understanding of mineral resources, water systems, and hazards. The resulting Earth MRI data is being made publicly available, adhering to federal science practices and executive orders. A stunning new image from NASA's James Webb Space Telescope reveals the brilliant core of the spiral galaxy Messier 77, offering astronomers a spectacular view of this distant cosmic structure. Captured by Webb, the image showcases the galaxy, located 45 million light-years away in the Cetus constellation, highlighting the intense activity at its center. At the heart of M77 lies a supermassive black hole, a behemoth 8 million times the mass of our Sun, which powers the galaxy. Surrounding this black hole, vast amounts of gas are drawn into a tight orbit, heating to extreme temperatures and radiating intensely in the mid-infrared spectrum. This observation underscores the capabilities of the Webb Telescope, the world's largest and most powerful space telescope, which has been charting the cosmos since its launch in 2021, providing unprecedented detail into the universe's most energetic phenomena.